Interesting morning for me today, folks. First, I find a hat full of money on it, then I get chased by an angry guy with a guitar. Jeez, can't make it up. Now imagine I'm always whinging and moaning to you about how busy my workplace is. I'm overwhelmed, it's too busy, I can't cope, we need help from the government and quick, and people need to help themselves to lessen the strain on my workplace. And then you find I've done intricate dance videos at workplace and posted them on TikTok. Wouldn't you call me out on being a liar? Of course you would, and that's what I'm going to do to the NHS right now. But before that, I'm back by popular demand and an ever-increasing amount of lefty wokey dopies. It's Lefty Corner. Yes, folks, some more Lefty Corner for you. They're coming thick and fast, mainly thick, mind you. I mean, look, I've got to work with here. So many lefties. I mean, you could fill an E-wing in prison with the amount of lefties I got here. But there we go, Lefty Corner, the spot on my show, on my channel, where I just mock the lefties who come here to try and mock me to no avail, because we all know they're thick as mince. And the first wet nappy is Peter Mizzen. Now bear with me. Don't have yo be whitey with righties, as they have no sense of humour. You seem just another Tory National Front waller waving the Union flag. It doesn't just belong to right pillocks, it's everyone. You are out if the army right. Bet you lived invading Iraq. Tories out as you are one. Brexit has not improved UK one bit, and I bet you're a Brexiteer. Well, you got the Brexiteer bit right, but as for the rest, if someone would like to translate Peter for me, I wouldn't give a shit. The next idiot is Samantha Gaelic, or Gothic. Samantha Gothic, my mistake. She says, oh, shut up. Ring-wing moron. What's a ring-wing moron? The only thing that seems to ring is your brain, if you have one. So listen, sweetheart, put the phone down and go make your boyfriend a sandwich. And the next fool is Peter Holder. Peter Holder says, you should hit up Katie Hopkins. You'll make a great hateful couple. You should hit up Diane Abbott, because together you should get both your IQs up to a combined 10. Double figures at least. Well, at the very most. And the next is Mark Williams. Mark Williams says, I wish you just fuck off. Enough self-opinionated twats in this world. And no, I don't have a pop at anyone for no good reason. Really? Just drop over. Drop over. I don't know where you live, dude. I've been misgendered again. I'm sorry. Not really. Or bury your head somewhere. Mark Williams. See, he's allowed to be a self-opinionated twat. No one else is. Imagine being in his world. Imagine living with him. Fuck. And the next silly sausage is RJC Key, whatever. Massive tit channel for closet racists. I've got nothing against closets. I really don't. There's a massive closet behind me. It's very handy. I don't discriminate against him one bit. And the only massive tits on my channel are the ones I read out every time. There we go. And the next dopey wokey is John Corrigan. John Corrigan says, you bunch of fascist wankers. Well, I'm going to give you the opposite advice to the person I gave earlier. So drop the phone, put it down, and make your girlfriend a sandwich. You don't need to be on here being like this. You really don't. Get a life. Next one is, Mark Williams again. He's back. I'm an ex-squaddy, really. And got to say, we are all pricks. Not at all proud of being a corporate paid murderer. War crimes, narcissistic. What did you think you were doing when you joined the army? When you saw that advert for the British Army and thought, I'm going to join them, did you think it was a knitting club or something? Did it not occur to you you might have to pick up a rifle and go to war for whatever reason? That's what armies do, Mark. You absolute tit. And last and least, it's Paul's World of Stuff. Now, if you go to Paul's World of Stuff's channel, it really is Paul's World of Shite. It's tedious and boring and nothing really. Nothing. It's lost. It's completely gone. He says, yeah, not so smart, mate. It's you and me, not you and I. So he's a bit of a grammar Nazi as well. Nazi. I didn't watch the rest of your tedious, jealous drivel. Buy your own beer, you scrounger. On that note, if you'd like to piss off Pearl's World of Shite, then you can support this channel by buying me a beer. Link down below. So not only are you supporting a fantastic channel like mine, you're also pissing off lefties like Paul. But there we go. Right, that's Lefty Corner. Right then, we don't execute people in the sense that we take your life, or the government takes your life on behalf of society for murder, but we do execute you socially. We take your, or we don't, social media is taken away from you. You are vilified on social media, which could lead to campaigns to get you removed from your job, your life hounded, and you have no life. Look what happened to Lee Williams in New Zealand. A white man who told the inconvenient truth about what's happening down there. Therefore, the cancel culture Marxists completely socially executed him. And, you know, he's in this country now. I hope to speak to him soon. And that's what happens when you speak the inconvenient truth. Now, I'm going to tell you the inconvenient truth about the NHS. Remember when Donald Trump, President Trump, by the way, every time you say President Trump, as they do over there, it's still Mr. President, even though he's not serving anymore. Every time you say President Trump, a lefty just disappears in a puff of smoke. So say that as often as you can. Now then, he had a press conference in the early days, and some snooty BBC journalist stood up and said, BBC. And President Trump said, oh, that's another lefty gone. Poof, puff, puff of smoke, gone. He said, oh, there's another beauty. And we knew what he was talking about. We know about the BBC. I've done videos on the BBC. Anyway, so this guy stood up and said, yes, BBC, impartial, fair and free. It's not impartial, certainly not fair, and it's definitely not free. We all pay for it. Is it 180 quid now? Who cares? I don't pay that fucker. Is there no way in this earth, no way on this earth am I paying a penny into bias Gary Lineker's pockets. It's simple as that. But the BBC isn't free, even though they tell you it is, and it's a big massive lie. It's the same with NHS. It's not free at all. We pay taxes in the UK as everywhere else. And in that taxes, we pay something called national insurance. And I think most, not all of it, goes into the NHS. So the NHS is paid by the taxpayer, and that's it. And I do believe that when people come into this country, they are paid a surcharge. I'm not sure if that's a recent thing or that's always been going on, but that's a good thing. It's a really good thing. We have a phenomenon called foreign NHS tourists, and they come from other countries where they can't get the same level of care there that they do here. So they come here, have shitload of babies, operations, bugger off, all paid for by the British taxpayer. That's a major issue. That's a video for another day. But the NHS is a problem, and it has problems like that. Another problem is that we have illegal migrants coming over on dinghies. 450, or between 400 and 500 in one day the other day came over on a dinghy, and no doubt it would have been the NHS that would have treated these people, tested them, whatever. Is it the NHS that does the testing? If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. I'm only fucking human. Doesn't make me a racist. Fucking hell. It happens, you know. You can have a wrong opinion, make an honest mistake like that, and you'd be called a racist, fascist. I've done all this shit. I really have. But that's why I do Lefty Corner, to mock these idiots. But the NHS is a massive black hole of money, and successive governments have poured a shitload of money in, and it never gets filled, because there are things there that don't need the money. There are things that shouldn't be there. I have made friends with many nurses over the years, mainly in my army days, and they've told me they've got managers there who don't do anything, and they're on a couple of $100 a year. It's money wasted. They walk around and do nothing. Bureaucracy is just, red tape is horrendous, and that costs money as well. All right, the NHS is a good thing. I've been treated by them. I've got nothing bad to say about the service, so to speak. I had my arm broken when I was 8. I remember the nurses being fantastic, you know, lulling over me, making sure I was fine, and they were lovely. And when my kids were born in Aldershot, they were fantastic. You know, you can't fault them. However, it does have its problems. It's a political football, and there are people within the NHS who are activists as well. There are people who have been on camera claiming to be higher up or in a position that they're not in. They're making videos claiming to be operators, whatever they were, engineers in in the NHS when in fact they're just trolley dollies. The people who push trolleys around, porters, and they're making these videos for the Labour Party, for the Liberal Democrats, and slating the Tories and the Conservatives. Now, I'm not sticking up for the Tories, Conservatives, Boris Johnson. I will never vote for a mainstream party again because of this COVID nonsense. They've completely mocked it up. I mean, I've got to be careful what I say now. But to have a VP to go into a crowded area, it's just stupid. I think the whole thing's discriminatory, in my view. And they've got people scared. And there are scared people walking around with them because they've been told to be scared. And the whole thing, I mean, the country's gone to rat shit because of it, because they can't cope. I don't think there's a massive conspiracy with the sea. I just think it's a bunch of university-educated idiots with no common sense who can't deal with it. It's that simple. Anyway, again, that's another video for another time. If I make it, if I do make it, it'll be in code, so you probably understand what I'm fucking saying about it, because I can't say C and V. I got to say C and V instead of the real words, because YouTube will kick me off for misinformation. Fuck, you know. Oh, 2021, what a joke. Anyway, back to the NHS. The NHS nurses are now going to be threatening industrial action simply because they've had a 3% pay rise. Now, I'm not against them having a 3% pay rise or a pay rise, but my question is, what the hell for? What do you do? What have you done recently that thinks you deserve a pay rise? Look, there are people today, business owners, other jobs, they won't get a pay rise for years. Nurses start at 24 grand a year. They can get up to 40 grand if they stay on and become experienced nurses. All right, that's more money than a policeman and a soldier gets. A soldier starts on 17, 16. It's disgusting, isn't it? But there we go. And they're moaning about a 3% pay rise. They are lucky to get that. I don't begrudge them it, but they are lucky to get it. And during the P, what did they do? All right, I know mates of mine who were in hospitals and they had empty wards. This was a time when wards were overflowing with victims of C. Tells you everything, doesn't it? And of course, if the wards were overflowing with the victims of C, what the hell were they doing making videos, dance videos on TikTok, intricate dance things as well, dance moves and whatnot, which took time to practice, all right? And people are complaining when I point this out, oh, they only get 5 minutes off. This takes more than 5 minutes to practice, all right? They're using hospital equipment, for fuck's sake, for their dance routines to get likes on TikTok. Does that show you that they're overworked and deserve a pay rise? I'll leave that opinion to you folks, but there we go. Bear in mind, the NHS is also full of activists, and this has been proved in a video I did last year. Remember, this Twitter account is deleted now. Female called K8, obviously not a real name, hashtag Nurses for Change, and she was a Jeremy Corbyn loving Labour activist, and it was proven that they were telling fibs about the lack of PPE equipment in hospitals in order to get Jeremy Corbyn elected into number 10. And like I said with the lad earlier, you know, people pretending to be higher than they were in the NHS, making videos slagging off the Tories. You know, you're there to treat lives, save lives, make people comfortable, and just be nice. Doctors and nurses are supposed to be nice people, not bloody activists who tell lies and, you know, not above using their kids to tell that lie as well. And they also try and tug on your heartstrings for this pay rise. All right, they'll tell you they're on a 12-hour shift and that's it. 12 hours. I've done 12-hour shifts in the prison service. I've done, God knows, in the army or exercise, whatever, but they will tug on your heartstrings. 12-hour shifts. Yes, 12-hour shifts, grueling, dealing with patients, hot weather, supposed P. But what they don't tell you is nurses made a deal. The unions made a deal. It was amicable with various trusts, NHS trusts, where they had these 12-hour shifts and they did it for 3 or 4 days a week, and that's it. If they did overtime, that's their prerogative. You know, that's their choice. But please don't for a minute think that they're doing 12-hour shifts 5, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. It's not happening, all right? That's the deal they have, and that's a fact. So yeah, okay, give them a pay rise. But why do they want more? I don't think they've done anything to earn more, because they've lied. They've done these TikTok videos, some of them of activists, you know, and it really is a bad image for the NHS. If anyone does deserve a pay rise, it's social care workers. They get paid a pittance. They've been told recently they have to take the V or lose their jobs. And, you know, they've got no work security and no public sector pension like the NHS nurses do. They're the people who deserve a pay rise, if you ask me, a big pay rise. Give the NHS a pay rise. But, you know, the NHS shouldn't be fucking moaning about it. That's my view. And that's my video. Right, that's it. Thanks for joining me again. Hope you enjoyed Lefty Corner. If you agree with what I say, if you don't, let me know in the comments. I dare a lefty to come here, be civilised, and try be nice, if you can, without calling people on it, fascists and Nazis, whatever. And if you do want to support my channel, then please do. You can buy me a beer. Links down below. So if you agree with what I say, if I make you giggle, if you want to support my channel, if you want to piss off people like Pete's World of Piss, shit, where it is, if you want to piss off the lefties, then buy me a beer. I'd be very grateful. I do drink beer. Anyway, that's it. Comment, share, subscribe. Until the next one, Roger Trout.